you know, in my book, I talk about, I have not really ever lectured out of the book. I often, maybe once or twice, but I certainly didn't lecture about this. And then I had an experience in New York that made me think about this. In the book, I just briefly mentioned that we are so connected, but we lack connection. And so we're so connected through gadgetry nowadays that we keep seeking, we keep reaching for the gadgetry, whatever it is, mostly phones, or, you know, permutations of information that we can get through phones and other devices, that we mistakenly think by being connected all over the world with all kinds of information, it's going to fulfill the actual connection that we're all seeking as creators, as human beings. It can't, it won't. The science is already in. The science has proven it's kind of sort of like a, you know, a self-fulfilling vicious cycle. You want more Instagram pics and more tweets and more posts and more updates and more news feeds. And so you keep grasping for those things, hoping they'll satiate you. And what do? Wham, wham. Should I call the whambulance? They don't really, they don't satiate the thing that you're seeking. The thing that you're seeking is connection, 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 connection. This is connection, not this. And I think it's, to me, what's exciting about trying to live your life in a more connected way, things start to change. Certainly in the work, that's what the work is all about. It's all about connection. And I think that that's a right and a gift that actors have, because in the work, you're forced to go to places that create deep connection. And you know what? That's the gift that actors have in sharing that with the rest of the world. But you guys, it's not enough to do it on a TV show or a movie or on a play. You have to share it with all people out in the world. It's beyond, it transcends just this technical craft called acting. And when I'm talking about connection, I'm not actually talking about, oh, I want to connect with her because I want to get her number because she's cute. Or, you know, I want to connect with him because I think he could be a really good manager for me. Or I want to connect with her because I hear she's a good agent. That's okay too. You have desires in the world. I want you to get activated and get out there. You gotta do what you can do to hustle and get work. But I'm talking about the connection that is a part of our DNA. It's the spirit of who we are. It's tribal and it's communal. And you're seeking it, but you cut yourselves off from it. You're seeking it, but you don't know that. You're seeking it, but you don't really allow yourself to be connected. So it can happen in a really innocuous way if you're awake to it. So this is what the point of the lesson is about. When I was in New York, I decided to do a little experiment, a Tony experiment. I was walking on the Upper East Side. That's where I was staying, snore. Anyway, I was walking on the Upper East Side, and I decided to, let me see how many people I'm going to connect with. Just here, in the eyes. It's New York City, billions of people. Surely I'm going to connect with somebody. One person went by, 10 people went by, and like I said, it wasn't even raining. I said this last night. It wasn't even raining, so it's not like people's eyes were cast downward, right? 20 people went by, no connection. 30, 40. I started to get really depressed. Nobody would look me in the eye. There was no kind of connection. I gave up counting after a certain amount. Then I was teaching downtown because our studio is downtown, but I had to take the shuttle, the subway shuttle, which is not very glamorous and exciting, but I had to take it. And I ran and I got it right when the doors were closing. So it was like a very cinematic moment. So the doors closed and it was really crowded. So I was like on the Tokyo subway, I was pushed up against the glass a little bit. And I saw this woman kind of not, well, she kind of ran and the doors closed and, you know, the guy was like, stand clear of the closing doors, please. So she was not getting on. And so we just looked at each other and we had a moment of connection. I just went, you know what I did? I just went like, right? So there was an amazing, and she laughed and I laughed and it was like, that was it. So then of course, look, I'm teaching this and look at what I did. I went down to my phone and I turned on my music, right? And then I looked up and she was still looking at me. And I was like, oh, hello. You know what I mean? And then I, like, you know, distracted myself with stuff. And then I looked again and she was still looking at me. And all of a sudden, this experience of connection took me, and I'm certain her, on, I don't know what she was feeling, but for me, I felt all kinds of stuff. Discomfort and joy and love and weirdness and humanity. And then I was just started thinking, oh my God, the train has better go. It's gotta go. It's gotta leave the station. It's getting uncomfortable. Because I was like, I'm gay. I can't be your husband. I don't know what's happening. I was projecting my stuff onto her. Whatever the case is, the train started leaving. The train started leaving the station. And I looked back at her one more time, and I smiled and waved. And in that moment, people, this is what we're all gunning for. This is why you're an actor. And really, this is why we're on the planet. In that moment, I had this amazing heart swell of, who is she? Where is she from? What's her story? What are her dreams? Are they coming true? Does she have a lover? Is everything working out the way she wanted it to work out when she was 18? Oh my goodness, a connection that I will never have with one being on the planet. Ever again. Ever to be replicated. Never going to see her again. And how amazing that she touched me. I hope I did the same to her, I don't know. But for me, I walked away feeling, oh my God, that's why we're all here. That's why. So, let's think about connection in terms of expanding beyond your circle of friends and family. That's nice, but connection isn't just blood. Connection, again, is you guys, we're all in this together. And what's amazing is you expand your connective force, it's like a ripple effect. You start to expand your circle of friends and family. And one last thing I want to say about this, because I had an epiphany on Sunday about connection as well. And I thought, oh my gosh, this thing about connection is always through human beings, but also we experience it through things. So I went to Griffith Park, and I was going through one of the tunnels that was bored through the mountain, right? And I had this, like, oh my gosh, many men, I'm going through this tunnel to experience a view that I am experiencing because of the bricks that were laid on the backs of many men who built this, for my enjoyment, for my experience, for your experience. For future generations' enjoyment of a view of Griffith Park. And I thought, how often do we not realize the roads that are built for us, the buildings that we sit in, the chairs that our butts are resting on, the trees that are planted for us, the air conditioners that are made that keep us cool, the clothes that we have on our back, those are created by other human beings. It's all connection. Connection. So maybe this week you can think about, let me try to be out in the world in a more connected way, and also through things. Maybe kind of tracing the history of gratitude and connection of, wow, without those people, I wouldn't be experiencing this thing. So, no robot hearts. I heard that in a song this week and I loved it. No robot hearts. No more robot hearts. That's 2001. No robot hearts. Okay? That's all I have to say. All right. No laughing. No, it's okay. All right. I'm glad you feel inspired to give me an amen, but